Hello, it's Jules from Jules and Lorraine Diamond Painting and Lego, and I just wanted to feature a Lego set that I've had sitting for quite a long time. It's this set right here, and it's a big set. It's got quite a few pieces, 1,267 pieces, and it's an AT-AT. It's also celebrating the 40th anniversary of The Empire Strikes Back. So you see that down here. The reason I'm building it now is because I did a diorama, and this diorama is the Battle of Hoth, the assault on Hoth. And the rebel forces are on Hoth, and the Empire is striking. So they are using these AT-ATs as one of their big assault weapons. And I didn't have one in my diorama. I had a small walker, but nothing. These are the main guys. So what I'm going to be doing is building this, and then I can adjust, and I may have to lengthen my assault on Hoth diorama because I don't think it's going to carry this guy. So anyway, just wanted to show you a couple things that you get. So you get the really nice booklet, and the booklet features, you know, all the different sections that you're going to be building. So for example, here you've got 8 bags. Okay, there's your bags there. And each bag, they show you what you're completing. So you got 1 to 4, and in here you have 5, 6, 7, and 8. So you'll have 8 different phases of building, and they're very detailed. These Lego booklets are very detailed. They have all the information to do the building. So it's going to be fun. The bags, like I said, are numbered. For example, bag number 1 has most of the minifig characters. That's bag 1. And each of the bags will feature one part of the build. That's 2. There's bag 3. There's 4. There's all the parts. You can see a lot of parts there. Bag 5. 6, 7, and bag 8, the final bag, where you put it all, the last parts together, and the last of the minifigs. I think the bad guys are in this bag 8 here. So that's going to be the build. The nice thing is you can just do the build. You can say, today I'm going to do bag 1. And you can go through and complete bag 1, and you're satisfied. Okay, I did something today, and you can work your way finally to the final build. So I'll be opening up 1 and starting the build, and I'll let you know when I'm done. And then maybe what we'll do is we'll have a little review of the assault on Hoth, and we'll have the whole diorama. So like I said, I'm going to probably have to expand the diorama, make it a little bigger so that I can put this big puppy in here. And by the way, this has got some fun minifigs in it. You can see the minifigs. They're described on the front here. Okay, that's the little minifigs. And Luke is a pretty important one because he's found a way to get up into here. So he's going to cause some trouble in here. They want to take this thing down. That should be fun to build, and we'll be talking to you later sometime. Thank you for watching. Okay, bye. Hello, it's Jules here, and just doing a progress report on my Lego. These are pretty complicated. Like once you start looking at all the parts and pieces and gears, and you can see it gets pretty intricate. Some of the fine details of this is, you know, there's a thread that is on that wheel and will turn. And this is upside down, by the way. But that's the way they've left you at part 3. So, and then there's some initial things that were completed, like the sled and the gun and stormtroopers, and there's Luke there. So it's coming along. Just I thought I'd show you what the progress is after the 3rd bag. Now we'll be moving on to the 4th bag. Okay, so this is bag 4 that's finished. And as you can see, there's already some moving parts that are pretty cool here. Like a lot of parts on this will move around, eh? And here, this goes up and down. So you can start seeing things happen. So the cab, you can see there's the seating there. There's this rope that hangs right there. You see that? So things are starting to look up. So we're on to now bag 5. Hello, so we finished 5, and these are amazing because, you know, this isn't a square piece. It's got all kinds of, has to have flexibility. So you see these kind of flexible parts like that. The sides are all flexible. See? So that's amazing that that's how the build goes. So it gives that flexibility. Same with the top here. See how the top goes up like that and down. And so it's not flush, but what it allows you to do is for this movement to happen. Like you look at this thing here, how that opens. See that? There you can see the seating, and the same with the other side. It just flips up and then closes up like that. So there was a lot of work. You can see the Technic pieces in here. And that's just the top cab part. Now you got to build the 4 legs, which is going to be quite amazing. But anyway, just thought I'd share the progress up to 5. Thank you. Okay, so we've completed step 6 and 7, which is adding these legs. Now 6 put skinny legs, and then the meat was added on 7. So you can see there's quite a bit of parts in here. And as I was building these, one of the things is that because they're legs, there's 4, you can sit there and you can line up your 4 parts into 4 sections, and then you can just go bang, 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 step by step, and it really goes fast that way. So these steps were quite quick actually when you look at it. So now going to be adding that whole front part, which you can see there. That's going to be where it's going to be added. As I was building this too, one of the things I thought is what a vulnerable piece of equipment this is, because you even look at tanks, and which go back a long way, and tanks, the only vulnerability on tanks was the side track. That's where you could take it out. But beside that, they were very difficult because the plating of the steel and everything was very difficult. These guys, you know, you got joints. If you took out any one of these joints, that one or that one, you know, out of any of the 4, you just take out one of those joints, it's disabled because it's got 4 legs. So not great. It's funny that that was chosen as one of the battle things, but obviously it had big impact in the movie. And so seeing these big things clonking across, it's quite amazing. Anyway, so that's it for that. And now I'll be moving on to the final 8th step and completing this. Okay, so we finished the Lego build of the AT-AT walker. And these were very important in the battle in Hoth, the assault on Hoth, I guess you could call it. The Empire assaulted Hoth. The reason they assaulted it is because the rebels had a base there. And they found out about this base, so they attacked full force. And all the rebels were trying to do was to buy some time and then evacuate out of Hoth. So that's the whole story of Empire Strikes Back. That's an important part of it. But this is my final build. You'll see some of the characters here. Okay, the snowtroopers down here. There you go. The sleds, and that was a popular thing they had. And guns. And now here with the walker is very intricate. It's got lots of parts here. These are plates, and these plates open up. And same as this, this part here opens up so you can see from here. Look at that, 3 characters in there. Now who's that? Well, kind of look here at the box, and they have all the characters outlined. So there's Luke, and he's the only one featured of the rebels in this set. General Veers, he's inside there with his 2 drivers, and then there's the snowtroopers are on the end over here. Now, the reason General Veers, he's the guy that actually was leading the assault on Hoth. So a trusted general, and he led. And apparently from the book, he died in one of the walkers. So, but anyway, he was the one leading the assault. And this was a very fun build, actually. It didn't take very long. Once you use some of the techniques, especially for the building of 4 things, that gets to be a lot quicker and easier when you lay out the 4 into pieces and parts, and then you just go bang, 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 bang. So you're doing the same thing 4 times, and it sure makes it fast. Here you'll see Luke. So here he's got a charge in his hand, and he was going to put that charge up in here and blow up the walker. That was one way they took down the walkers. Another way was the snow speeders, and they just went around and around with cabling and took them down that way. So there was different ways to take care of these guys. But Luke, that was one of the things he was doing. You can see his lightsaber. He's left it down there so that he can do this task. So that's it. And now my task is going to be to put this in my diorama for the Assault of Hoth, which I will show you at a later time. So thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.